Road-related accidents are serious business. Since the start of 2016, there have been 324 deaths on Australian roads, with more than half of that number being young people under the age of 25. We're looking at you, LMP platers. So don't be like this, or this if you can help it. But if you do find yourself in an accident, be like this guy and know which details to swap with the other driver and how to lodge insurance claims. Everyone's first reaction to a car accident is different.
Oops. Scared.
Worried.
But it's what you do afterwards that's important.
I knew you had to get their license and their license plate and things like that, but I didn't really know the logistics of how it actually worked.
None of us really gave off the impression we were confused. I'd say we both were, given we didn't get all the details we needed. We're both P-platers, so understandable that's what happened.
So what do you actually need from the other driver after you crash?
I sort of just took a photo of her driver's licence and she just wrote down all my driver's licence details as well. But then we found out that you also needed the type of car and the number plate.
But that's not all. If someone is injured in the crash, you need to call 000 immediately, signalling the police and an ambulance. Besides their driver's license, try to get a copy of their vehicle's registration, their phone number, address, and insurance provider. And don't forget to take photos of the crash site. This will make it easier to make an insurance claim later. The cheapest type of insurance is third party, which covers the cost of the other vehicle's damages but not the damages to your own car in a crash. Young people aren't choosing comprehensive insurance, which covers both. We asked our crash victims why not.
Because it's really expensive. Like I was surprised how much it cost, all of it. And I offered Dad to, if he wanted me to pay for the incident and her car and all that sort of stuff. But he was like, no, it's too expensive, you can't afford it, you'll just lose all your money.
If I was to get a car now, I wouldn't get an expensive car, so I'm not going to insure it, because if it crashes, I'll just get another one.
Real Insurance customer care worker Rebecca Torr agrees that it's the price of comprehensive that turns off young drivers. It's more expensive for under 25-year-olds to insure comprehensively because they are considered high risk by the insurance company.
Insurance is all about risk and who is a higher risk and what can happen while you're driving the car. A lot of companies do also put a risk on the type of person you are, so it's not just always your age, it can be your gender. So males are a higher risk when driving than females. So that does come into play when we are entering that sort of information, and the computer sort of generates a quote based on those sorts of types of information or statistics.
Some young adults do understand that it's important to comprehensively insure your vehicle to avoid paying more than your excess after a crash.
It's mainly to prepare for the worst case scenarios. So if you have to write off your car, you will be put in a really bad situation financially, and it could affect your studies, your apprenticeship, or whatever you're doing.
Your excess is calculated by your age. Miss Torr explains how much extra you're in for if you're the at-fault driver in an accident.
So a lot of the time you've picked an excess, it's called a basic excess, that you've selected when you first took out the policy. An average would probably be about $700 to $800. But the thing is, a lot of young people don't realise that there are additional excesses that may apply to them because they are young drivers. My company specifically offers an age excess for drivers aged 17 to 20 of $1,200. When you are 21 to 24, it drops to $800. But when you turn 25, you no longer have that excess applied to you.
After a road accident, your vehicle may need to be repaired by a mechanic or a smash repairer. Whether your car is fully insured or not will depend on how expensive the repair costs are. But you should know that if the smash repairers and insurance company assess the damage and tell you your vehicle has been written off, that means...
When a car's written off, it means it's been an accident, and the damage that's been done to it is worth more than what it would cost for me to fix it. And on this car, there's an extensive front end damage. It'd just be such a pain in the ass to fix. We just wouldn't do it.
Maybe it's easier just to walk. Matilda Rudd, After the Bell.